Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in the city of Ulm, in the Kingdom of Württemberg, part of the German Empire. His parents, Hermann and Pauline Einstein, were non-observant Jews. Hermann ran a small but moderately successful electrical manufacturing business, while Pauline managed the household and encouraged young Albert's intellectual curiosity. As a child, Einstein displayed traits that worried his parents. He was slow to speak, leading them to fear he had a developmental delay. However, this delay was later understood to be part of what made Einstein unique. He often thought deeply before expressing himself. His methodical thinking and introspection were traits that defined his approach to life and science. One pivotal event during his early childhood was when his father gave him a simple compass. The young Einstein was captivated by the idea that an invisible force could direct the compass needle. This fascination with unseen forces planted the seeds of his lifelong quest to uncover the mysteries of the universe. Einstein's schooling was less than stellar. He attended the Luitpold Gymnasium in Munich, where the rigid teaching methods clashed with his independent thinking. Einstein found the rote memorization and strict discipline uninspiring, which often led him to rebel against authority figures. However, he excelled in mathematics and physics, subjects that allowed him to explore his natural talents and intellectual curiosity. At the age of 15, Einstein's family relocated to Italy, leaving him in Munich to complete his education. However, he soon dropped out, frustrated by the educational system. Instead, he pursued self-directed learning, reading extensively in mathematics and philosophy. Academic pursuits and early career. Einstein's academic path took a turn for the better when he enrolled at the Swiss Federal Polytechnic School in Zurich in 1896. Here, he found a more open environment that nurtured his intellectual curiosity. While at the Polytechnic, Einstein met Mileva Maric, a fellow student and one of the few women studying physics at the time. Their shared love for science and philosophy brought them close, and they eventually married in 1903. Despite his academic achievements, Einstein struggled to find a teaching position after graduating in 1900. He took a job as a technical examiner at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern in 1902. This job, though mundane, gave him the stability and free time to delve into his scientific interests. The Patent Office became his laboratory of ideas, and he often worked on his theories during his spare time. The Annus Mirabilis, a Year of Miracles. In 1905, Einstein published 4 groundbreaking papers in the Annalen der Physik, a leading scientific journal. These papers addressed critical questions in physics and laid the foundation for modern science. Photoelectric effect. Einstein proposed that light could behave as particles, or quanta, which later came to be known as photons. This work challenged the wave theory of light and was instrumental in the development of quantum mechanics. For this discovery, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. Brownian motion. He provided an explanation for the erratic movement of particles suspended in a fluid, confirming the existence of atoms and molecules. This work was a significant step in establishing the reality of the atomic world. Special theory of relativity. Einstein introduced the concept that the laws of physics are the same for all non-accelerating observers, and that the speed of light is constant. This theory revolutionized physics, leading to the iconic equation E equals mc squared, which demonstrated the equivalence of mass and energy. Mass-energy equivalence. This paper elaborated on his relativity theory, fundamentally changing the understanding of energy, mass, and the nature of the universe. These contributions, collectively known as the Annus Mirabilis Papers, established Einstein as one of the most brilliant minds in the history of science. General relativity. The culmination of genius building on his special theory of relativity, Einstein spent a decade developing his general theory of relativity, which he presented in 1915. This theory proposed that gravity is not a force, but a curvature of space-time caused by mass. General relativity was a radical departure from Newtonian physics and reshaped the understanding of gravitational phenomena. The theory was confirmed during a solar eclipse in 1919, when astronomers observed the bending of starlight around the sun, as Einstein had predicted. This validation catapulted him to international fame, making him a scientific and cultural icon. Personal life and challenges. Einstein's personal life was complex and often tumultuous. His marriage to Mileva Maric was strained by his demanding work and fame, eventually leading to their divorce in 1919. He later married his cousin, Elsa Lowenthal, who provided him with emotional stability. Einstein also faced anti-Semitic hostility, especially as his fame grew. The rise of Nazism in Germany forced him to emigrate to the United States in 1933. He accepted a position at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey, where he spent the rest of his life. Einstein and the atomic bomb. Einstein's fame brought him into the political arena, particularly during the turbulent years leading to World War II. In 1939, he co-signed a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, warning that Germany might develop an atomic bomb. This letter prompted the U.S. to initiate the Manhattan Project. Though Einstein played no direct role in the bomb's development, he later expressed deep regret about his indirect involvement. He became a passionate advocate for nuclear disarmament, warning of the catastrophic potential of atomic weapons. Einstein's intellectual philosophy. Albert Einstein was not merely a physicist, he was also a philosopher-scientist whose ideas transcended the boundaries of his discipline. His approach to problem-solving was deeply rooted in curiosity and simplicity. He famously said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge," highlighting his belief in creative thinking as the foundation of discovery. Einstein often described his thought process as one driven by visualization rather than equations. For instance, he imagined himself riding a beam of light, an idea that helped him conceptualize special relativity. His preference for thinking in pictures and metaphors allowed him to grasp abstract concepts intuitively, making connections that others missed. He also had a profound sense of humility toward nature. He saw himself as a child exploring a vast, mysterious universe, famously stating, "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious." This attitude propelled him to challenge established norms and ask fundamental questions about reality. The public intellectual Einstein's fame extended far beyond the scientific community. Following the confirmation of general relativity in 1919, he became a global celebrity. His image, with his unruly hair, thoughtful gaze, and pipe, became synonymous with genius. Yet Einstein was uncomfortable with his celebrity status. He disliked public adulation and sought to use his influence to address pressing social and political issues. Einstein was a vocal advocate for civil rights and social justice. In the United States, he aligned himself with the civil rights movement, speaking out against racial segregation and inequality. He was a member of the NAACP and formed a close friendship with African-American singer and activist Paul Robeson. Einstein described racism as America's worst disease, a stance that earned him admiration and criticism alike. Einstein and religion. Einstein's views on religion and spirituality were complex and often misunderstood. While he did not believe in a personal God who intervened in human affairs, he was deeply spiritual in a broader sense. He admired the harmony and order of the universe, which he referred to as the cosmic religion. Einstein once said, "Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind." This statement reflects his belief in the complementary roles of science and spirituality. For Einstein, science was a way to uncover the divine order of the universe, and he viewed his work as a humble effort to understand the mind of God. The challenges of fame. Einstein's rise to prominence also brought challenges. In Germany, his Jewish heritage and outspoken pacifism made him a target of anti-Semitic propaganda. Right-wing groups denounced his theories as Jewish science, a baseless attack fueled by prejudice rather than scientific critique. As the Nazi regime gained power, Einstein's life in Germany became increasingly untenable. In 1933, he renounced his German citizenship for the second time, the first being in his youth, and emigrated to the United States. The loss of his homeland deeply saddened him, but he was resolute in his stand against tyranny. Life in Princeton and the quest for unity. At the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, Einstein enjoyed a quieter life, free from the immediate dangers of fascism. He spent his days engrossed in his work, though his later years were marked by frustration. Einstein's pursuit of a unified field theory, a theory that would reconcile general relativity with quantum mechanics, became his intellectual obsession. This effort, however, was unsuccessful. The emerging field of quantum mechanics was rapidly evolving, and Einstein was skeptical of its probabilistic nature. He famously declared, "God does not play dice with the universe," reflecting his discomfort with the randomness inherent in quantum theory. Despite this, his critiques spurred the development of quantum mechanics, showing that even his disagreements were profoundly influential. Einstein's humanitarian efforts. Einstein's concern for humanity extended beyond science. He was a staunch pacifist, deeply affected by the devastation of World War I. His pacifism, however, was tempered by realism during World War II. Alarmed by the potential of Nazi Germany developing nuclear weapons, he co-signed the 1939 letter to President Roosevelt, urging the U.S. to accelerate its atomic research. This letter catalyzed the Manhattan Project. After the war, Einstein regretted the role he had played in the development of nuclear weapons. He became one of the most prominent voices advocating for disarmament and international cooperation to prevent future conflicts. Einstein believed that science should serve humanity, not destroy it. Personal relationships and struggles. Einstein's personal life was as complex as his professional endeavors. His first marriage to Mileva Maric was fraught with tension. As Einstein's fame grew, their relationship deteriorated. They divorced in 1919, and shortly afterward, Einstein married his cousin, Elsa Lowenthal. Elsa provided him with the stability he needed during a period of intense public scrutiny. Einstein's relationship with his children was equally complicated. He had two sons with Mileva, Hans Albert and Eduard. While Hans Albert pursued a successful career as an engineer, Eduard struggled with mental illness, a source of deep sorrow for Einstein. His daughter, Liesl, born before his marriage to Mileva, remains a mystery, with limited details about her life. Legacy of Albert Einstein. Einstein's death on April 18, 1955, marked the end of an era, but his legacy continues to thrive. His theories of relativity reshaped the way humanity understands space, time, and gravity. His work on quantum mechanics laid the groundwork for technologies like lasers, semiconductors, and GPS. Beyond science, Einstein's life is a beacon of intellectual courage and moral integrity. His writings and speeches on peace, civil rights, and education remain relevant, offering insights into the challenges of the modern world. Einstein's brain, preserved for scientific study, revealed unique physical features, such as an unusually dense arrangement of neurons in certain areas associated with complex thought. Yet his genius was not merely biological. It was a product of insatiable curiosity, perseverance, and a willingness to question the status quo. Conclusion. The reluctant revolutionary Albert Einstein's life was a journey of discovery, not just of the universe, but of humanity itself. He was a scientist, philosopher, humanitarian, and a symbol of the limitless potential of human thought. His story is not just about equations and theories. It is about a man who dared to wonder, imagine, and challenge the boundaries of what was known. In doing so, he not only changed the way we see the universe, but also inspired us to seek understanding in our own lives.